Dun, dun, dun. Who else is crazy sober on Thanksgiving Eve? Is it the biggest drinking night of the year? I think it is. I'm pretty certain of it. How many of you guys, if you're watching tonight, or because it's almost actually Thanksgiving, it's 11:30 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Because if you were my mom and dad, you probably didn't know where I was, and I probably wasn't up to too much good. I was probably drunk on Thanksgiving Eve. Now, crazy sober, I'm the crazy Karen, good Karen. I'm a crazy one in the family. Can anyone relate to that? Do you feel like you're like the crazy one in the family? But I used to be like the crazy, crazy one. Or how about you guys? Any of you have like your crazy aunt? Yeah, she's my crazy aunt. So I had one of those. Ironically, rest in peace, who I love and I miss terribly. Her name was Karyn. So she was kind of a crazy aunt, crazy Karyn. And I have nephews and a niece, and I'm pretty sure they think I'm like the crazy aunt. So I used to be like crazy, crazy because I was crazy drunk all the time. And now I am crazy sober, crazy in a good way, Karen. And it's Thanksgiving Eve, and I am really, really grateful that we do recover. We do recover. Now, no one's jumping on because everyone's probably in bed because they probably drank too much and they probably already passed out. I don't know. Um, so if we talk about like stories, share stories. And by the way, if you think I have like a bruise on my forehead, I definitely do, and it's definitely brown, and it's definitely humongous. I literally ran smack into the corner of the wall in my kitchen, and the wall's plaster. So it was so hard. I was doing something with the recycling, and I was bending down, and I went to like get up, and there was the wall. Boom. And I didn't fall to the ground, but I sat on the ground for a while. If you're joining, let me know where you're joining from. So we're talking about crazy sober and crazy Karen. If you don't know who I am, I'm a transformation coach, religious science spiritual practitioner, and a Buddha yoga instructor. And I wasn't always this way. I'm like the Energizer Bunny now. But do you think I was the Energizer Bunny when I was drinking, and that was like my full-time job? That was like my career. I was like a professional full-time drinker, partier. Yes, I'm like an OG raver. That is actually a fact. So here's the deal: is what I think really went wrong is that I didn't have the confidence. I performed a lot, but I think that I was never quite good enough. Never quite good enough. And so I guess when I started drinking around 15, I liked that feeling. And I liked that feeling of like putting that mask on, that false confidence on. And I acted a lot older than I was. I really I played in band and played in clubs and things like that. And so my drinking career as an adult, but like still a teen, started pretty early. And I was trying to like look older, and damn, man, now I'm trying really hard to look younger. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost 53. How is that even possible? I do not know. But what I am grateful for is second chances. Super grateful that we do recover, that we're super resilient. Give me a sec. Okay. I haven't had enough water today, and I have to try to catch up. So during this holiday season, I know, when I was trying to get sober, I was supposed to get sober, I think it was in November. And I was like, how the hell am I going to get sober before the holidays? And I bailed on myself. I was like, I can't do it. It has to be January, in January 1st. And that's actually when, oh, I want to take this comment off here. Sorry guys if you see that comment. It's so old. Um okay. So, and I postponed it, but then I planned it out, but I had the worst Christmas and ever, which you guys have heard me tell the story before. But if you haven't heard the story, is I literally, that particular year when I was supposed to get sober, I spent Christmas alone pretty much until like late in the evening. I drank myself to oblivion, cried my eyes out. Nobody wanted me to be around me. And, that was like, wow, okay, like really, you probably really should get sober and you probably should stay sober for real and not just say you're going to do it and be weak. You can't be weak when you're trying to quit, a substance that you're addicted to. And you have to really like break your patterns because a lot of everything that you do is associated with the drink, right? So it takes strength, resilience, perseverance, which are some of my favorite words, and I stand by those qualities in people. I look for those qualities in people, and you guys can't see my. Can you see? No, you can't because the mic. Love Heals. So Love Heals came about in the beginning when COVID hit, and everyone was like bonding through communication and I guess at the time I thought I had someone that I felt, like a bond with. It turns out that was just a misconception of deception and lies. So, yeah. Yep. I'm going to tell it like it is from here on out. I am not sugarcoating my story because my story is really interesting. And I've moved through some sobriety. This time around, I've learned to be confident, courageous, empowered, and stand in my truth and question authority. I mean, I used to just not like rules. I didn't like rules before, but now I literally question authority because I think that people in authority sometimes try to get away with, let's see, I don't want to say, like, I'm not going to say like, the typical thing is get away with murder, but I think people in authority try to get away with a lot of bullshit that because they're in authority, they think they can get away with the bullshit. But I don't think that's true. I'm not afraid to call somebody out on their bullshit. So yeah, there is that. Um, I think that, now in sobriety, what happens as you continue on your sober journey, you really start to find out who you are, the real you, the genuine you, not the one that you were covering up as you were drinking, or not that depressed person that maybe because you were depressed or you hated your job or whatever, your relationship stuff, whatever it was that you were in that was causing you to fill that void within yourself with the alcohol. Once you start to get a more clarity, more awareness, then it's much easier to create healthy boundaries. Now, I honestly think most people who are addicted and have a substance, well, any addiction, quite truthfully, I'm sorry, any addiction, I really think they're like pushovers. I think most of them are codependent people who are empathetic and compassionate, and they are so used to serving others, they don't know how to set healthy boundaries. They don't know how to speak their truth or stand up for themselves. They're afraid of the repercussions because it's not comfortable for them because they've never done it before. So it's pushing the boundaries, rewiring your brain to in a new way of thinking that yes, you are worthy, and yes, you can say no. It's like the most powerful sentence you could ever say. It's two letters. No. No, I'm sorry. I can't do that right now. Or no, I'm not interested. Maybe in the future, but not right now. So a lot of us, this is my whole life, by the way. I mean, I'm telling you what I used to do and how I learned how to like break the patterns, because I literally had everybody telling me, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Thank you for the love. You should be this job. You should go do this training because you need a career. So I'm the crazy one. Yes, I'm the crazy one who is an entrepreneur. I will not quit until, I will never quit. So I will never quit because I know that there's so much more to life, and that my passion is to give back and serve others, because I guess I've been through so much, and I've done just the groundwork to help people, and it's in my blood. It's like it keeps me, it's my drive. My drive is like, okay, like I'm not afraid to talk, and I'm not afraid to speak my mind, and I'm not afraid to be crazy AF. Like, and so crazy sober, crazy Karyn, call me whatever the hell you want, because I am me, and that's what I help people do. I help people stand up for themselves, empower themselves, because man, if if somebody who's used to manipulating and like taking advantage of others can see this person, they like, I don't know, it's like we're almost like a magnet, like, for this other kind of person. It's like the polar opposites of the attraction, right? It's kind of like black and white and light and dark. It's like the narcissistic person or the person in power, and then the empath, the compassionate person. So it's a really interesting how that's the world, right? Like night, sun and moon, and all of that. But we actually have that within us. So that's also shadow work, and that's looking at yourself, your dark side. Like your dark side, you have it. It's there. We are human. We have egos. We do. So we could have like healthy egos, or we can have like the narcissistic ego, but there's all these little levels in between. So I mean, you can't just pinpoint it. It's too hard to put anybody in any kind of box. It's just not possible. We don't fit in boxes. We don't. Unless you die and you like somebody puts you in the coffin. But I don't want to be in the coffin. Just fire me up, throw me in the ocean. So yeah. So that so then, maybe in my next life I'll be a dolphin, or something like that. A narwhal, a dolphin, a unicorn. Just take one of these, put in the reed. A uni-reindeer. Okay. So like I said, I am not going to hold back anymore. I'm under no, well, I mean, I have one thing that I probably have to be a little bit reserved about when I'm talking and putting myself out there. But other than that, I don't have anybody, I'm not under anybody where I'm a reflection of them. So that's a beautiful thing. And I think that lifted up a whole like load off of me when I keep, unloading things off of like what I'm attached to. So, attachment's no good. I don't want to be attached to anything. I really don't, because then if I'm attached to like an organization, unless it's mine, right? That's the best way to be. But, so if I'm attached to like a facility, then that facility, I'm a reflection of that facility. So, I guess I do, obviously I have to watch a little bit of what I do, because I am I am creating business and helping people, and I'm working out of, like facilities, but I have to choose wisely, and also really just be myself, because that's kind of almost like the thing. The catalyst of like drinking or addiction is like not being comfortable in your own skin, not being allowed to be who you are. It's painful to our souls that we can't, and I think that's what causes a lot of the addictions, and why people are so unhappy, depressed, miserable, is literally because they're afraid to be themselves. Fear of being yourself. And so I think that I lost myself. I was really on a pretty good path in the early couple years of my sobriety, where I was exploring and kind of doing wild things like this and really becoming free. And unfortunately, then I found myself in a narcissistic relationship in that person's fantasy. I was sharing a shared fantasy. It was a shared fantasy where I was like in the web, and then COVID hit, and so that was just it really put me back into like years back. It really like put me in a hole back, literally pushed me back. And so it's taken me 2 years to heal from that particular situation. And a lot happened. And I'm still working through it and facing it because I left my spiritual center and it just doesn't feel right the way it went down. So I'm not giving up on that because I think that I don't have the proper answers. I'm not giving up on that because, like my mom said, I am relentless. I am relentless. I am resilient. I persevere, and I don't stop and I don't quit. And so therefore that's yet to come, that's yet to come. It didn't feel right just accepting the way it was, because I almost did that. I was like, you got to let it go, just accept it. But that didn't feel right. I had this like pain in my gut, and I was like, Care, if you have this pain in your gut, then you have to pursue it more. You have to try to get the answers that you feel like you're not getting. Look at this bruise, you guys. It's crazy. Um, so so that's where we are. Crazy sober on Thanksgiving, you guys. It is the best thing ever. So if you're out there watching this and you just got like really hammered tonight, or you're passed out and maybe you wake up in the morning and you watch this, trust me, like my girlfriend, or my like one of my besties, she kept saying easier, softer way. There's an easier, softer way. There's an easier, softer way. And it's so true. It's so true. And it's infinite possibilities once you put down the drink. Infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities. Your life is like it's oh my gosh. There's so much goodness in a sober life. So today on Thanksgiving Eve, let's just take a nice little inhale breath of gratitude and just really feel that breath coming through from your feet all the way to the top of your head, and just feel that gratitude that you're breathing, you're alive, and that you can change, and that we do recover, and that the future is whatever you make of it. You consciously create your future. All right. So take that inhale, suck it all the way up from your toes to your head. Inhale and hold it. And think about the one thing you're so grateful for. I'm grateful for love and sobriety and all of the people who support me, and that we're all connected, and grateful for God. And exhale through your mouth. All right. That was groovy. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe, stay blessed, eat lots of yummy food, and don't forget to be grateful and thankful for all that you have and how far you've come. If you like this video, take a second, like, follow, subscribe. And my deal is I'm all about helping people heal, empowerment, cold water, yoga, and I'm also a mom. And my son's 18, so I've been through all the years. All right. Much love. Namaste. Bye.